All right, good Saturday morning, and Yabba Dabba Doo sports fans. Welcome to Iceland Arena, Westchester, Pennsylvania, for this first of three between your Steel City Selects 14U girls in their traveling black with the gold and white trim, and these Philly Junior Flyers in their predominant orange with the black and white trim. Back after a brief layoff last week for Chloe's dancing show. She was in the Nutcracker, so I'm back bringing you the games after Joe and Tina did one for you last week. As usual, we'll put her on mute, be back. We got 2:15 on the warm-up clock. We will put her on mute and be back for the start of the game. All right, we're going to get underway here. We've got Pete's out here with Sherwood, Panetta, Kiesel, and Dahl on the back end, and it looks like Kanachi in the pipes to my left. We're going to play 3/16s. My boy Derwin negotiated with the music lady. We'll see if it holds. It's a little lower now. We'll see if it holds or not. But as usual, we'll talk over it to avoid the challenges with YouTube, and we'll mute it out during the longer breaks. And if I mess it up, Joey will keep me honest in the stream and tell me I'm not on mute, or I'm on mute when I shouldn't be. Stripes getting ready to drop the puck, checks with Panetta, tells her to back up, and here we go. Junior Flyers pull it back, they bring it over the near wall, they send it in down the near wall into the near corner. Kiesel's going to go to battle there, she gets shouldered into the wall, and they're going to battle behind the net now. As Dahljoin sends it around the near side where Panetta's going to pick it up. Panetta pushes it out of the zone. No, it doesn't come out. Stripes says held clear, and here comes Peets up the near wall. Peets gains his own over to Panetta. Panetta pulls it back, which is going to create a challenge, and as Dahl throws it in, they are, in fact, offsides. You knew when they pulled that back that was going to create that challenge, and sure enough it did, and we get our first offsides of the day, as we're going to get our face-off here in front of the Junior Flyers bench. We got a change there. Looks like King out here now with Clardy and Yenny, and Marshall and Howe on the back end as the Junior Flyers come up the near side rather. Put it in front of the net. Kanachi kicks that away. Marshall brings it right in front of the net, hands it off to Clardy. Clardy up the near side. Clardy going to run into some traffic here along the wall. She gets separated from the puck. Junior Flyers pick it up behind their own net. Reverse direction up the near wall. They're going to chip it to Marshall. She holds it, sends it in lower, where the Junior Flyers are going to pick it up behind their own net, reverse direction. Come up the near side here, half wall. Marshall sends it in deeper behind Stripes, and goes in behind the net over to the far wall, where Yenny's going to chip it lower. She picks it up. Junior Flyer lost the stick. She dropped it off, and Junior Flyers cut that off. And here they come the other way. Clardy poked at it. While Koskis now on the ice, looks like we're going to get Mrazek. The M and the single number screwed me up there. Makasenka dumps it down lower, and the Junior Flyers hold it. Litz picks it up, shoots it. It got deflected a couple of times, ended up weakly on net. Mrazek backhanded it, couldn't get it on net. While Koskis battles on the half wall. Sends it down lower to Mrazek. Mrazek battling there. Sends it up the wall, where Howe holds it, sends it in deeper. Howe out here a long time. Comes around. Howe's going to take this opportunity to change. As it comes up the near wall, Litz is going to hold the point, throw it in on the net, miss to the far side as Zivkovic takes that far point. The Junior Flyers send it in behind their own net now. They turn, send it back through the center of the zone. It's going to go all the way down. It's going to go through the crease, and we're going to get an icing. As Kanachi had to hold that pipe. It was close, but she let it go to get the icing, and Clardy comes out here now with Stevens and Klein. And we've got Litz and Zivkovic are going to stay on the back end as we're going to go to the near circle here for this face-off. Klein's going to take it. She's waiting for Stripes, waiting for some traffic behind. Klein died on the dot. She backhands it, doesn't get to the net. Junior Flyers have it. As Stevens goes over, tries to cut it off, can't. Zivkovic can't hold the point, and here come the Flyers up the far wall. Burst of speed. Litz is going to push that player to the outside. Puck behind the net. Now Klein's going to battle. Klein picks it up, loses it back there. Junior Flyers. They send it past Zivkovic, out loose in front. Backhand, missed to the near side. And the Junior Flyers send it to the near point. They put it across where Clardy couldn't get a stick on it. Now Klein does. Klein tries to get ahead of Clardy. Not going to get it there. Klein will pick it up again. Clardy drops. Klein sends it down the far wall. In behind the net. She's going to chase it herself. Junior Flyers are going to get there first. They're going to battle behind that net. Klein gets held up. Clardy comes in, shoulder. They continue to battle there on the back wall. And drifts up the near wall, and Litz is going to have to retreat as the Flyers dump it past her and head for a change. And we're going to get an icing on that dump, and with 12:42, we'll come back down here for the face-off. 20 of you out there on a Saturday morning. I'm grateful as always. That's why I do it, so you can watch it. And we're going to go down here to the near circle. It's going to be Panetta out here with Peets and Sherwood. We've got Kiesel and Dahl manning the blue line now as Peets pushes it towards the wall where Panetta's going to battle behind the net. Flyers player, centering pass came off Peets' skate. She didn't expect that. And here come the Junior Flyers up the near wall. They chip it off the wall. They send it in deep. They're going to play the gain, the red line, and dump game too, it looks, as Dahl picks it up, sends it up the wall, gets it to Sherwood. Sherwood dumps it, but it's way too far for Panetta, and that's going to end up in an icing with 12:18 to go. First period, we'll come back down here as Kanachi does some housekeeping in her crease. Kiesel comes back to whack her on the pads. And looks like we're going to stick with Peets, Panetta, and Sherwood. Kiesel and Dahl on the back end here as Pete steps in for this draw. She's going to take it here as this stripe has a significant delay in her face-off drop as the junior flies come out of there with it. Pete's battles for it. Now it goes behind. Kiesel. Stripes in the way. They push it up the wall where Sherwood can't get a stick on it. They center it. Comes off a flyer stick up to the high point. They come in, shoot. Kanachi gets a stick on that one. Drops it off for Kiesel, who sends it up to Panetta. Panetta loses its center ice. Drifts back here. Flyers do. They send it up ahead where Kiesel pushes it into a group of Flyers, and Pete's can't get a stick on it. She skates across the blue line, does. Sends it down the far wall, too far. And the Flyers are going to chip it back the other way. Clardy steps into it. Now Pete's battles on the wall. Clardy knocks it down on the wall. She steps in with it. She loses it to a junior Flyer, and Dahl tries to hold, dumps it in at least momentarily, where another junior Flyer player pushes it. Clardy steps in front, knocks the player down as everybody ends up in the wall here. And they're whacking and beating and banging along the wall, and out comes the puck. And here come the junior Flyers the other way. Kiesel, skating hard, stands the player up at the blue line. Another player comes in, shoots, misses to the near side as the puck's going to come up the wall. Clardy gets it out at least momentarily. Yenny has a stick in there, and that held him up long enough to let the team retreat. Shot, knocked down by Marshall. King knocked that down, and here comes Clardy. Clardy up the near wall. She gains the red line, dumps, heads for a change. It bounced off a junior Flyer. King's going to go battle behind the line there as the Flyers come back with it the other way. They chip it off the wall. It's going to go all the way down, and that will be an icing. So with 10:46 first, we'll come back down here. We see some new players coming off the bench. We've got Marshall and Howe out back with Mrazek, Makasenka, and Walkoskis up front. We're going to come here to the near circle for a draw with Stripes that drops the puck a little quicker. We've got a slow Stripes and a fast Stripes. This is the fast stripe. He throws it with authority. Marshall from the point sends it in low. It gets blocked into the corner, comes through the center of the zone. Howe dives to hold that one, and she does, as Walkoskis comes down with it, turning, surveying, throws it, knocked down by a junior Flyer. Walkoskis in front, picked it up, still loose. They battle in front, Mrazek now. Mrazek throws it below the end line as it gets knocked down by a Flyer. And they bounce it off the wall past Howe, and that's going to go all the way down and be an icing. So with 10:17, I'll fix it in a moment. We're going to be back down here with 10:17 as Yenny comes out here with Stevens and looks like Klein. With Zivy and Litz on the back end. We're going to go to the far circle. Klein will take this draw. It's going to be fast Stripes again, and I messed the clock up now. I let it run, so I'll get back in sync here as they take this draw. Klein knocks it below the red line. Flyers send it all the way around where Litz is way deep. And Klein steps up and covers her at the point. Puck comes out. Flyers coming back the other way. Zivkovic pokes it at center ice. Clock back in sync now as that puck drifts below the end line. Where Litz sends it around. The Flyers going to step in front of Yenny. They're going to battle there. Klein tried to get it ahead to Stevens. Stevens swiping at it. Can't get it off the wall. And here comes Klein. Klein loses its center ice. She's pursuing it. Flyers take it back to their D. Klein. Stevens cut it off there. Stevens has room. We're going to get a penalty as Klein got pulled down. We're going to get a penalty. I'm not sure if it's going to be on Klein or if it's going to be on the Flyers. Stevens had the puck, so I'm thinking it's going to be on Klein as they whistled it, and it is on Klein. So Stevens had the puck. They whistled it. So that would be the penalty on Klein along the wall. They're calling her for roughing. And the selects are going to go on the penalty kill. Flyers on the power play. So we're at 9:41 as Klein's going to sit for a minute and a half. Stripes dropped it even though the penalty wasn't on the board. That's the fast stripe. And Zivkovic chips it ahead. Flyers retreat with it here, center ice. They gain the blue line as they skate around, and now it's behind the net. They take it in behind the net. Up the far wall to the player. Nobody's covering this player at the top of the point. Oh, she fanned on the shot. Yenny picked it up. Stevens is off with her. Yenny gains the red line. She's still skating with it. Lost it to a Flyer behind the net where Stevens jumped off and let Peets come out. Peets corralled that one. Yenny dumped it to Peets. Peets sent it lower. Flyers retreat near the end line. They send it up the wall. Kiesel's going to pick that up. Kiesel dumps it in lower again. Good penalty kill tactics here. As Panetta skates over, they get it up to Litz, where now it's going to go cross to Peets. Peets picks it up. Peets drops it to Panetta. Panetta back to Peets off Peets' skate. Panetta picks it up, takes it in deeper, short-handed, gets it on net, and the Flyers goalie's going to have to cover that one. With 8:44, they killed the first minute of the minute and a half. There's 34 seconds left in the roughing penalty to Klein. And we will get a draw over here in the far circle with slow stripes. Panetta, Claherty, and Dull and Kiesel out here to kill this penalty. And you will see the difference in how long it takes this stripes to set up the faceoff compared to fast stripes. As this puck goes out to the point, held by Dull. She fanned on it first time. And now she gets it in deeper. It goes all the way around, and Flyers going to pick it up there. Kiesel steps in front of that player. She falls down. They come up the near wall. Panetta providing some defensive support. As they drop it off to the point, it comes through up to the high point. Canacci doesn't need to get any piece of equipment on that one as they missed to the far side. Dull up ahead to Claherty. Claherty golfs it off the wall, clears it with 4 seconds to go in the penalty to Klein. Darwin's ready to open the door, and they're going to call those Flyers for being offsides. And finally got the clock back in sync at 8:11. We've got 1 second to go in Klein's penalty, and we're going to come here to the near dot with fast stripes for this faceoff. So Darwin's ready to open that door as soon as he drops the puck, and she's out, back to even strength as the Flyers dump it past Kiesel. In behind the net, Dahl's going to get there first, but she's going to be met by 2 Flyers. Now that puck's on the far wall. Yenny dropped it behind King, but Claherty picked it up. Here comes Claherty the other way. Claherty loses the puck at the red line, and that bobble is going to cause them to be offsides. The blue line bobbles will cause that. And here we go with 7:54 to go. We're going to come here to the near dot with slow stripes for this faceoff. And you can see she's directed traffic again. This is why I call her slow stripes, and the other ref is fast stripes. He doesn't even look. He just drops the puck as the Flyers send it down in behind Canacci, around to the far corner, where Howe's going to battle, backhanded around to the near corner, where Yenny's going to pick it up and bring it up the wall. Yenny looking ahead, try to get it to Claherty, couldn't get it through as there's a collision, and as soon as Claherty dropped their stick, they're going to call the slash. Very wise of Malia to drop her stick there. And once she did, it was evident that they had to call the slash, which they do, which is going to put the Steel City Selects on the power play as number 14 for the Flyers are going to sit down for a minute and a half for a slash. So we're going to go here on the power play with Kinger taking this draw with Yenny and Claherty, Marshall and Howe on the back end. King puts it over in front of the net. Flyers pick it up. They send it off the point. Howe hurried up, got over there. It's a long skate after the faceoff. She throws it in deeper. Flyers push it around the far wall. Claherty gets their battles, stops it. Claherty's going to battle some more as the Flyers pick it up. This time they're going to chip it by Howe, and we're going to get an icing. So they'll come back down here with 7:15 to go and do it again. And we'll mute out while we wait. Okay, they drop the face-off there, and the puck goes in behind the net where the Flyers pick it up. Got Mrazek battling back there with that player, and she dumps it lower, where Makasenka's going to go center. Oh, she got it through, but the Flyers chipped it over to the half wall. Howe throws it on net. It bounced off a couple of players. Makasenka running point behind. Try to feed it through to Walkoskis. Got it there on a deflection. Walkoskis out to the point to Marshall. Marshall dropped it off the wall, and it bounced awkwardly, and the Flyers, oh no. Howe came across and saved it, dumped it in deeper. Flyers on the half wall. Marshall with a shot from there, missed to the far side, and Howe's going to throw it back in behind the net where Makasenka had it go between her legs and up the near wall. Walkoskis shoulders that Flyers player, and we're going to get a penalty here as Walkoskis knocked that player down. And as soon as Marshall touches up, we're going to get a call here on Walkoskis as she knocked that player down. We're going to get an interference call here on Nora. And we'll play 24 seconds of 4-on-4, and then we're going to do a minute 6 on the penalty kill. So here comes Stevens and Klein out here with Litz and Zivkovic for this 4-on-4, which will run for 24, and then we'll go on a minute 6 of kill on the interference penalty to Walkoskis as the coaches explained to her what happened. So we get this draw. Flyers coming across the top. Canacci knocked that down but did not catch it, and it's back out to the point. Over to the far side now. Another shot high over Kanachi, hits the glass. And the Flyers have it on the half wall as Klein and Litz battle there. They send it back to the point, but not out. Gets by Stevens. They send it over to the other point now. Klein cut that off. They chip it. No, it doesn't. Still doesn't come out. Stevens comes over and battles. Klein battling, and now Klein gets held up, but does finally get it clear as it comes across as that penalty's over. And now we are on the kill for 53 more seconds. And puck in behind the net now as they battle there. Klein tries to send it out, can't. Still loose, across the goal mouth over to the far corner where the Flyers pick it up, send it in deeper. The ice is a little low over there on the Zamboni door. We got to watch for sticks. Flyers dancing along the red line, going around the backside as Klein knocked that down. Loose in front. Stevens tries to chop it out of there, can't. Flyers come out of there with it on the power play. Zivkovic had a stick up high, no call. Up high in the rib area there as Stevens battles along the boards. Flyers come out of there with that. They get a shot, miss far side, 18 seconds to go, and the penalty to Walkoskis. Flyers changing. Select's been out here a long time. There's that bad habit again. Zivkovic dumps it around the corner where Klein picks it up. Klein dumps it, and it got touched by a Flyer, so as it drifts to the end line, there will be no icing. That kills the penalty to Walkoskis. She goes to the bench, and now we've got Peets out here with Panetta and Sherwood, and we've got Kiesel and Litz on the back end as the Flyers come up the far wall. Sherwood hustles, gets back, breaks that up. Litz behind the net. Litz up the wall. As Peets battles, they send it in lower. Peets picks it up again, chips it by the player, and it comes back to neutral where the Flyers are going to pick it up there. Send it across back to the red line where Dahl skates up, chips on it, but can't prevent the Flyers from gaining the zone as they dump it in deep and head for a change with 4:24 to go first. Up past Peets, Flyers pick it up red line. They send it across, and they're going to gain the zone on the far side. Look close on the offsides to me, but I'm going to let them have it. Either way, it's out now as Dahl. That was definitely close on Peets, and they let us have that one. So I guess we'll call that one even as Peets sends it back to Kiesel at the point. Kiesel tried to shoot, couldn't, got pushed off that puck, and the Flyers clear it, and they're going to come down the near wall. Dahl back. She chipped it ahead to Kiesel. Kiesel chips it up ahead, and Panetta picks it up there. Peets can't pick it up, and here come the Flyers back the other way as this puck's going to go into the near corner. Kiesel's going to chase it down. She gets body position and chips it further around where Dahl's going to have to battle with a Flyer, which she's going to do, and they're going to center it point blank, and Kanachi gloves it. Point blank there from the far side, and Kanachi got that one in the glove. Squeezed tight, and we'll get a draw in that far circle with slow face-off stripes as can't really see the numbers. I see Marshall and Yenny. I see Kinger. I think that's Claherty, and I definitely can't see the far number. We'll get it when we can. It should be Howe, though, and it is. As Claherty comes out of there with it. Claherty shouldered down, knockdown, took a Flyer with her as they regain the zone up the far wall. Howe turns, can't get it out. They hold the point. They chip it past Howe this time. I'm sorry, that was King, and not really sure what we're whistling here. Puck was caught up in one of the Flyers, up in the neck area there. It got stuck in her shirt, so they're going to bring it out of the zone here with 3:19 officially to go. As you know, I do the time manually, so I'm always off a second or two. We're not an amateur operation here. We're not connected to the scoreboard in any way. Marshall up the near side, battling. Now Yenny. Yenny tried to get it ahead to Claherty. It went off her stick. Flyers picked it up the other way. King chipped it ahead. Puck loose neutral. Still loose neutral, and here come the Flyers. They gain the zone on the near wall. Yenny still battling. Stripes in the way. This time it's going to be Marshall picking it up. Marshall lost it with Kinger. Point blank. Kanachi gloves another one. Kanachi bailed them out there on a bad turnover as Marshall and King got hung up in our zone. And now we've got Walkoskis coming out here with Makasenka and Mrazek. And the back end looks like it's going to be Zivkovic and Litz. So we'll get a draw here in the near circle as they push it below the goal. Litz around for Mrazek. Mrazek got something on it, not much, and they chip it in deeper. Zivkovic's going to have to go chase that down on a bounce off the boards. She puts it in behind stripes, a weird bounce off the glass. Flyers put it behind stripes again. Over to the far circle where Mrazek's going to go, and she got beat by a Flyer. Zivkovic battles, up the wall, and Flyers have it. They push it down the wall, Zivkovic up the wall to Mrazek, who, again, not much on that one, and it didn't get out. And here comes Litz near side. Litz, before she got hit, put it up the wall. Makasenka hit her in the skate. Walkoska's chipping at it, finally gets it out, and here comes Nora. Nora ahead, up the far side. She gets beat, bang, the Flyers player falls down, puck on the wall. They push it, Mrazek throws it in deeper. There's three of them over there battling. Now Zivkovic, Walkoskis, Mrazek. Mrazek falls down, Flyer player falls down. They continue to battle over there as the puck is stuck, and now we're going to get a whistle, and we're going to get a penalty. Looks like it's going to be on Walkoskis. Let's see what slow face-off Stripes is going to call here. Going to call a rough on Walkoskis. Oh, no, a high stick. I'm going to call a high stick on Walkoskis. Not sure I saw that, but Stripes did. She was literally right there. Steph's asking for an explanation because from their angle it was really hard to see it, but I didn't see it from this angle, but Stripes was a foot and a half away, so she certainly saw something we didn't see from here. And now we're on the kill on a high stick to Nora as they skated over. Shoot. Oh, Kanachi got the top of the paddle on that one at the last second as Claherty's going to come up the near wall here. Claherty skating. She created some space. She got knocked down, and they're calling that penalty. They're going to call that penalty on the Flyers for pulling her down as she was skating in. So we had Claherty, Klein, Dahl, and Kiesel out here, and they're going to send this girl to the bench, or to the box for what I have to imagine would be they're calling interference or checking, which is, she actually called checking, which I don't understand. It looked like a trip to me, but she called body checking on her, and Klein puts it on the net off the faceoff. 4-on-4 hockey now for a minute 9, and it's going to come all the way through. Go back into the near corner, where Dahl's going to be the first one there. She sends it around behind Stripes, but the Flyers are going to pick that up at the point. They're going to get a weak shot from there. Oh, they're point blank. Kanachi knocked that below the end line. And it goes across to Dahl. Dahl skating, looking for an up pass. Gets it across to Claherty, who didn't handle the pass. And here come the Flyers back the other way. Flyers up the near wall, 58 seconds to go in the period. 41 in the 4-on-4 situation as Klein's going to pick it up far side. Klein tried to get it ahead to Claherty, didn't get it through. Claherty, got to be careful, that stick came up again. And it goes in behind the net where the Flyers are going to change. Dahl's going to pick that up, 24 in the 4-on-4. It's going to create a very short 16-ish second power play as Stevens jumps on the ice for Klein. And Sherwood jumps on the ice for Claherty. We'll swap the back end out. It's going to be Marshall and Howe. So Stevens, Sherwood, Marshall and Howe, 15 seconds of 4-on-4, and then Walkoskis is going to jump out and join the play for 17 seconds of power play. The power play will end at the end of the period. There's 32 left. I'm off a little bit. I will get in sync now, and it drops in behind the net where the Flyers pick it up. They send it around. Marshall battling. Flyers have it. Howe steps in. Howe battling. Howe gets the body position, sends it ahead, can't get it to Stevens. They send it back to Marshall. Marshall still can't get it to Stevens. Back too loose, and Kanachi gloves that one with 10.7 left in the arena. And Kanachi's played sharp in tight, and we've needed her to as they've had some good chances here late in this first period. So we're going to change the whole situation up here. We're going to bring out Peets and Panetta to join Sherwood with Zivkovic and Litz on the back end. 11 seconds on the penalty, 10-7 on the arena clock. I suspect we're going to get that to wipe out at the end. We'll see if a second remains. As Peets is going to take this draw. Slow Stripes waits. Peets takes the draw. It's into the corner. They're going to battle there. They throw it on net. Kanachi knocks that down with the block, with the pad. Sherwood sends it around, but not out. And shot goes and misses on the far side. And that's it. We've played one. We've accomplished nothing. 8 shots for the Flyers, 5 for the Selects. It's 0-0 after 1, and I'll be back for number 2. All right, Stevens, Walkoskis, and that looks like Kinger on the other side there. Or no, Kiesel on the other side there. It's like Kiesel's going to play a little offense here with Litz and Zivkovic back. 16 for 2, Kanachi to my right. Here we go, Stevens sends it across to the red line, where Kiesel's going to pick it up, and here they come into the zone. Kiesel chips it low. Stevens goes to the other side in case it makes it that far, which it doesn't because the Flyers chip it up the wall. And they're going to bring it up that near wall, Walkoskis now. And we're going to get, I'm guessing that's an icing? I'm not sure. I'm guessing she called icing. And we're going to come back down here. Didn't look like icing to me, but I couldn't see where the puck was here when they dumped it. So here we go, down to this near circle. 23 of you. I'm grateful. As we're going to get a draw here, Walkoskis in our offensive zone. She puts it over to Stevens. Stevens looking for an angle to get a shot off. Didn't get much on it. Goalie knocked that to the near corner. Stevens up to Zivkovic. Zivkovic deeper. It's going to go in behind the net. Kiesel's going to have to go dig it out there. She does, and the Flyers push her off the puck. Back to the point to Litz. Litz gets a shot off, and Stevens couldn't get a tip on it. It was along the ice, and the Flyers are going to knock it out off Walkoskis' stick, and they're going to call a high stick on the puck. And they're going to bring it all the way down as Walkoskis knocked that down with a high stick, and then Zivkovic was the next one to touch it. So that puck's going to come all the way down here to the near circle for this draw. Wholesale change, Dahl and what looks like Klein on the back end, King, Clawherty, and Yenny up front. So Coach Black making some jumbles here in the line, trying to spark something here. King, puck died, now into the near corner, Dahl up, but not out. Flyers hold, dump it deep. Past Stripes in for Klein. Klein reverses up the near wall. They battle there. They continue to battle. Another Flyer comes in, dances behind Stripes as a shield twice, and goes in. They're really battling on Klein down there. And puck in behind the net now. Looks like King's going to send it up to Yenny. They're going to backhand it, and Clawherty turns the Jets on. Gets there, gets a shot off. Goaltender knocked that down, took an odd bounce off the glass and ended up on the side of the net. Now the Flyers have it. They're going to bring it back through center as Walkoskis hurries to get back into play. Klein shoulders that player off the puck in good contact, and Dahl's going to pick it up there. Dahl turns, sends it up for Yenny. It comes off her skates back to neutral, where the Flyers pick it up, go D to D. They send it across, they dance around Yenny, and come back the other way. They send it down into the near corner, where it's going to go all the way around, and Klein's going to battle there. Player falls down, incidental. That was not Klein-induced contact as that puck drifts across. Shot! Kanachi got a blocker on that one, a pad blocker, and out it comes with Yenny. Yenny's been out here a while, so she's going to dump it, head to the bench, get it in below the end line, where the entire Selects team will change. I see Mrazek and Makasenka out here now with Walkoskis, as Howe's going to have to hurry. It's a 2-on-1 developing. They shoot it off the side of the net, and Howe's going to pick it up, send it up the near wall. Flyers come out of there with it, blocked by Walkoskis. Oh, that player was converging on it, and she fell down. Marshall throws it behind the net. They have it here, the Flyers do, behind the net. Nice reverse, as they took it away from Howe. They're still dancing in the corner with it. And this time Howe's going to come out of there with it. Howe puts it ahead, but it didn't work, and we're going to get an icing with 13:19 to go. We'll come back down here as they play a little Jay Giles band. Jay Giles, Tana Caputo's favorite band, Jay Giles. And we're gonna mute it out while we wait for the faceoff. All right, slow Stripes here. You see how slow she is with the faceoff. There she goes. And they dies on the dot. Peets is going to go pursue it into the corner. Flyers have it on the half wall. Sherwood battling. Take it all the way around behind Peets. Marshall's going to have to go do some battle there, and she does, but they step right past her. Now Pete steps in, gets a stick in there. It's loose in front, still loose in front. They poked it by Kanachi. And I got to be honest with you, there were just too many chances here recently. Too many bad turnovers in front of our own net. Kanachi stopped the first one. There was not enough support in front of that net. The second one got banged in. That's just how this is going to go when you get that many chances in front of the net. Kanachi's been playing really well, and the barrage just finally got to her as Stevens comes out here now with Walkoskis and Kiesel. Litz and Zivkovic on the back end. Walkoskis pushes it ahead. Flyers send it past everybody. Litz doesn't get a stick on it, and here it's going to go. Litz picks it up back the other way for Walkoskis. Walkoskis doesn't get a stick on it. They can't get it out. Walkoskis turns, picks it up, still can't get it out. Now it does. Here comes Steve. No, Walkoskis picked it back up. She's trying to put it out for Stevens way too far. And the Flyers are going to send it back out the other way. Litz waits for Stevens to clear, sends it ahead, can't get it to her. And now the Flyers gain the red line dump, and they're going to go for a change. Litz is going to pick that up, take it around behind the net. Up for Stevens, too far. And the Flyers are going to pick that up. Stevens picks it up there, and they overskates it, and the Flyers come back the other way. It's going to go in behind the net. Litz will hurry, get there, and battle. They tried to center. It came up high. Walkoskis knocked that down with a glove, and she backhands it up the wall to Stevens. Stevens. Flyers player stepped in front of her. She tried to load it ahead to Kiesel. It was a little bit too far. Flyers dump from just outside the blue line, and they're going to go chase it down. As they center, Zivkovic fell down in front of the net, and now the Flyers have it in the far circle. They send it out. Nobody there. High shot. It hit either Walkoskis or Litz, and ended up missing to the far side. Walkoskis battling. Litz is there. Now the Flyers come out of there with it. Shot up high. Canacci gloved that one. And with 11:39 in the arena, we're going to get a wholesale change. I see Kleinendahl, Clardy, Yenny, and Kinger coming out here, going to the far circle. As going to get a draw on that far circle. And we do, and it goes over to the wall. Klein goes over and battles, and the puck goes behind the end line now. King and Klein battling with a Flyer player. They tried to center, never got it through. They still have it back there. They still have it back there, and they can't get it through the traffic. It's a good battle going on back there. Now King joins in. They continue. Klein and a Flyer. King standing by, waiting for the puck to come out. It does, and a junior Flyer comes out of there with it. On the half wall, centers it up to the top of the point. Canacci got a stick on that one, and the rebound almost went in. Flyer player got pulled down. No call. Excuse me. Yenny overskates. Flyers clear back to neutral. And here comes a break as Clardy hurries to get back. A player got around, and Canacci's going to cover that one up. And with 10:51, we'll go to the far circle again as we get a change. Panetta out here with Peets and Sherwood, and it looks like Marshall and Howe on the back end. So we're going to go to the far circle with fast stripes. Watch how fast he drops the puck. As soon as they line up, he throws it. He does not perform the scientific analysis that the other referee does, as Panetta steps in on it. And the Flyers take it off of her, and they battle on the half wall here. Sherwood back to the point. We're going to get a shot there. Sherwood got something on that directed it far side. And Marshall now battling up to Panetta. Panetta can't get a stick on it. Back to the point. They chip it by Panetta. Marshall steps in. Flyers knock it below the red line. Peets dancing with it. Turnover. Luckily, Sherwood stepped in front of that player, prevented the shot. Another turnover in a dangerous situation, and they pick it up on the half wall. They're going to get a shot off there. Canacci's going to use the paddle and push that to the far side. The Flyers player had to wait for her player to jump on the bench to avoid it too many. And this time it finally gets out. It's going to be weak enough, but no, they're going to let it go. No icing. Not sure why. They must have waved it off and thought that girl didn't give enough effort. Why is it? Now we're finally going to get a whistle, which is odd. It was whistled way late if that's going to be the icing call. Oh, they're calling somebody back into the box here. Panetta.
They totally threw it. Like, both sticks were in the air. She laid against the wall. No call. Then he put
Oh. All right, so they're putting Panetta in the box. I didn't see it. I'm not sure for what. Apparently it was quite a while ago. Ryan said it was down here at this end. I didn't see it. But nonetheless, Panetta's going to go to the bin, so we're going to have Walkoskis, Zivkovic, Mrazek out here with, I would have to imagine that's Litz on the far side. I can't see the number. With 9:53 to go as Slow Stripes performs her algebraic analysis on the faceoff before dropping it. And here we go, into the corner. Flyers come out with it. They dance around Walkoskis. It's loose in front. Litz prevented that shot. And it's in the corner now. They throw it in front, player streaking. Kanachi covers that one up, and we got some post-whistle action in front of the net as sticks and uniforms are tangled. Litz is over there helping somebody get figured out. Stripes checking on changes, nobody wants any, and here we go with the scientific face-off. As we continue to wait for the face-off here, and then she finally drops it. Back to the point. Flyers shoot. Oh, that hit Litz's skate. Took a bad bounce, almost went in. On goaltender Kanachi, and it goes in the second time, and she covers it up. So we're going to go with new players for the Flyers. Looks like a new back end new front end for the Selects. Actually, we're going to get all new players for the Selects too, as we come to this near circle for this draw with 9:26 in the arena, shot 16-5 in favor of the Flyers. And we're going to come down here for this draw. And there it is, into the corner, Dull, up the wall but not out, up to the point. We're going to get a shot from the point. It got deflected a couple of times. Klein bangs it to the wall but not out. Flyers hold the point, send it deeper. This time Dull will skate it out. Dull put it ahead for Claherty, couldn't handle the pass in traffic, and the puck goes to the half walls. The Flyers clear. Stripes jumps out of the way. They step up, and here they come one-on-one. They caught Dull the wrong foot. Claherty gets back. The Flyers player circling. Claherty loses an edge. Centers one-timer, missed badly to the far side. Puck was a little behind that player, and Flyers corral it. Here they come down the near wall. In on Kanachi. Kanachi looked for that puck. It went up high. Flyers drop it down low. Dull skates but can't get it out as they put it into the center. Claherty puts a shoulder into the player, ties her up. And now they go to the far wall with 11 seconds to go in the penalty to Panetta. They center it. It gets there. Dull beating and banging. Still loose in between the circles. Shot knocked down by Dull. Puck cleared to the wall by Claherty as Panetta jumps out of the box. And that's going to let Peets come on. Puck loose. Multiple beats and bangs in front. Player from the Flyers falls on it, and that's going to get us a whistle at 8:16 to go in the second. Still 1-0 Flyers as Stevens and Kiesel come out here with Peets, and Marshall and Howe are going to take the back end. So we're going to get a face-off, a scientific face-off in the far circle here, which I'll tip the camera to let you see. You see the process involved here. It's a much more robust process than the other official. And into the corner now, Howe. Howe up to Stevens. Stevens feeds it to Kiesel. Kiesel, far wall. Kiesel shoots, knocked down, rebound. Stevens streaking, can't get there. And the Flyers are going to clear it up the wall. And it's going to come back to neutral where Kiesel's at least going to chip at it. Now Stevens knocks it back to, that's Howe. Howe ahead to Kiesel. Kiesel over to Peets. Peets up the wall, loses it. It's going to go all the way down behind the net, and Marshall's going to have to go chase this down as they leave it, as Kanachi leaves it for her. She goes around the far side of the net. Marshall dances with it. Marshall gets stood up, loses the puck, pushes it ahead to neutral, where Kiesel chips it ahead. Kiesel comes through with it. Kiesel still skating. She has it, drops it, can't get it through to Stevens. She was there, had a little bit of space, but Kiesel couldn't get it there. She tried. And that puck's going to go up the far wall where the Flyers are going to knock it in deeper. Kiesel can't get it out. Marshall can't get it out. It's in deeper now. They skate around her, go off Kanachi up high to the far side where Howe's going to push on it. Ahead to King. King up to Stevens, too far to the point. They hold the point there. Shot, got through everybody. Kanachi pushed that aside with the blocker. They skate by Marshall. They go down deep all the way around as King got pulled down, and we've got a penalty coming up here on the Flyers as Howe comes up the near wall. Howe still skating with it. Howe still skating with it. Howe still skating with it. Howe still skating. Goes in behind, and this will allow the Flyers to touch up. How many times? So a little delay there on calling the penalty. The Flyers touched it, I don't know, 5 or 6 times, and then they eventually whistled it. And either way, they're going to go into the box, number 5, for probably a trip or a hook behind the net, and we're going to get we need a delay. Kanachi has some goaltender equipment issues. Okay, she's got it figured out now. Draw over to the point. Zivkovic skates down, holds it in, and King's going to battle this. So we got Zivkovic, Claherty, Yenny, King, and Litz out here on this power play. As the Flyers send it up, Litz holds the point, shoots, got tipped, and ended up wide as a result to the near side. Zivkovic tried to throw it in, ended up losing it, got a stick up high. No call there, and Flyers clear it back. As we get a cross-check as Zivkovic gets knocked down, no call. And Litz is going to pick it up on the far side, send it ahead. It got cut off in neutral. As Zivkovic got flattened here on a cross-check, Stripes didn't call it. And Litz is going to pick it up. Litz ahead, too far for Claherty, who tried to tip it over to Yenny and didn't get there. That's going to allow the Flyers to send it in deeper. Litz again, about the same spot. We'll try to get better organized this time. Litz is going to skate it herself. She put it ahead to a Flyer at the top of their defensive zone. That's going to let them get an up pass, and they're going to get behind Litz. And Litz is either going to pull her down or give up a goal, and that's what happened as they skated by Jordy there on a breakaway. They beat Kanachi mid-left, and it's now 2-0 Flyers. So the Flyers pick up a shorty as they get behind Jordy, and it's now 2-0 Flyers on a shorty. And we'll have Klein and Dahl out here with Peets, Sherwood, and can't see the far side there. It's Panetta. Panetta comes through the zone with it. She loses it to a Flyer up the near wall. Sherwood try to pick it up, turn it. Flyers poke it forward. This time it gets ahead to Peets. Peets loses it on the wall. Flyers poke it out. Back down the other way. Klein. Klein's going to retreat, pick it up. Panetta waits at the line. Klein gains some space. Klein shoots. Klein buries it. She goes bar down from in between the circles. And Peyton Klein gets it back quickly. 20 some odd seconds later. Klein goes bar down from between the circles, and it's 2-1. As she makes up for the shorty there. Now we're only down 1 again. And here we come back to center for another drop. So you could tell Klein was not happy after the shorty, and she took care of it. So we've got Walkoskis out here now with Mrazek and Makasenka. And Klein and Dahl on the back end. So we're going to dump that into the zone. Flyers are going to lose it. Mrazek's going to go battle. Puck comes on the net. Goaltender covers that one up. It turned into a little bit of a broken play there, and Mrazek got it on the net, and the goaltender covered it up. So you can hear our fans imploring the effort. You feel the effort pick up a little bit here. It's 20-7 shots, 2-1 on the board. And Walkoskis is going to stay with Makasenka and Mrazek, and we're going to get, this isn't going to work. The scientific analysis that goes on for these face-offs, the Stripes is not going to be able to handle that. So she's going to throw both of them out, which God knows why, because neither one of them moved. It was the players off the circle. So that's what they do, and it comes back to Walkoskis. Walkoskis drops it for Klein. Klein tried to center. Dahl steps up. Dahl across for Walkoskis, too far. Makasenka dumps it deeper, where Mrazek's got to go to work. Mrazek gets there, turns, throws it for Makasenka. It goes over to the far corner. Klein's in way deep as Walkoskis covers her, and here come the Flyers back the other way. Walkoskis stepped in front of that Flyer. We've got Dahl sending it back to Walkoskis. Walkoskis through neutral. Loses it to a Flyer. Flyers send it back the other way. Dahl stepped in front. Flyers. It's just Klein back now. They get around. They lean into Klein. They don't get around him. As Peyton Klein makes a nice play to hold that player off. Walkoskis picks up the puck. Walkoskis chips it up ahead past Makasenka back to neutral. Where the Flyers regroup, send it up ahead, and they sent it all the way. And we're going to get an offsides on the more difficult second period change. So out's going to come Stevens with Peets and Kiesel. And Howe and Marshall in the back end, as the two Stripes are talking to each other now. And we're going to get a draw here as Peets pushes it over to Stevens. Stevens did a little hip dance there to try to fake out that player. It allowed Peets to come in and pick up the puck. Peets throws it in front, nobody there to tip it. Over to the far side. Stevens chips it down the boards. Kiesel battling. Stevens again. They chip it by her. Now the Flyers pick it up. Stevens throws it down low again. Into the center, cut off by a Flyer, and here they come the other way. Up the near wall, Marshall pushes. Point. Kiesel got a stick on that one and hit the top of the boards, and it comes around. Stevens chips it ahead to Marshall. Marshall battles behind the net there as they take it over into the corner now. A couple of Flyers and Marshall do. Out to the top of the circle, shot there. Missed to the far side. Peets picks it up. Peets loses it in the corner. Now picks it up again, and here she comes up the far wall. Peets puts it ahead to Stevens, who chipped it, and there was nobody ahead of her. So now Kiesel's going to come over and battle. Stevens comes through with it. Stevens falls down hard. God knows what happened there. I don't know if she got tripped or if she just lost an edge, but she went down hard. All by herself. She's bending over. She's had issues with that back, and that's not going to make it better. And she went down hard. She goes over to the bench and sits down. King, Claherty, Yenny, and Scientific Stripes throws the Flyers player out. And now we got King taking that draw to Zivkovic. Claherty battling here. And the puck in below the end line here now. Oh, I'm sorry, not the end line, out of the blue line rather. A little flustered as Yenny comes up the far side. Yenny with a shot high off the blocker. Puck came down, King couldn't handle it, overskated, and Zivkovic's trying to hold the point. Throws it in deeper, where King's going to pick it up. Now Zivkovic on the half wall, it's going to get by her, and Yenny's going to hold it, at least momentarily. Now it gets by her and comes back the other way. And this little Flyer shoulders her off the puck. And now they have it along the end line. They put it off Kanachi's pads. Claherty picks it up. Claherty coming through neutral. Claherty gets pulled down. We're going to get a penalty here. And we're going to go back on the power play as Claherty got pulled down. Trying to get a... Trying to get a look at who's out here now for the power play. Looks like it's going to be Panetta out here with Peets and Sherwood with Dahl and Klein on the back end. We're going to go to the far circle here, 2:07 to go second. And Peets is going to take this draw. They push it over to the wall. Klein's going to hold the point. They're going to overskate. Klein's going to throw it on the net. Sherwood try to tip that. Dahl skates in, picks it up. Dahl in the corner. Now behind the net, centering pass, no Select can get a stick on it. They get that shot off, it got deflected and goes wide. Puck loose in front. There it is, it's it! That's the far side. It looked like Sherwood. They were beating and banging on that goalie, and there's the power play goal. I want to say it's Sherwood knocked that one in. And now it's 2-2 on a power play goal late in the second. So that'll tie it up. So they're going to bring it out front here for the faceoff. Mrazek with Makasenka and Walkauskas. Dahl and Klein with 1:45 to go. Puck over to the half wall. They chip it up that wall where the Walkauskas picks it back up. She's going to skate it out. Walkauskas up the near wall. Walkauskas gets shouldered into the wall, loses the puck, throws it behind the net. Mrazek's going to go battle. They have it there behind, and they hold the point. Klein does, send it in behind the net with 1:20 to go. Into the corner. Now Flyers are going to skate it out this time. Going to take it up the far, it in her feet, sends it ahead, gets through to Mrazek. Mrazek up the near wall. Mrazek centered for Walkauskas. She overskated a little bit, and Dahl swipes at it, and here come the Flyers back the other way. This girl's quick. She's going to get around Klein, and she's going to get a shot off. Kanachi's going to deny that one. Klein's going to throw it around to the far corner with 47 seconds to go. Walkauskas chops it, gets it out. Flyers pick it up there. Kiesel applies some pressure. They send it over right at the bench, and luckily it hit the boards and went all the way down, where Klein's going to pick it up as they wave off the icing with 34 to go. Klein banks it off the wall. Stevens back out there. She looks a little ginger, but we'll see. She's at the age now where I don't get signals anymore, as she tries to center, can't get it through. And they're over there to Howe. Howe loses it up the wall, and here come the Flyers back the other way. They send it. Marshall never touched it. They wave off the icing, saying a little more effort would have prevented it. So 6 seconds to go in the period as Marshall brings it up. Marshall getting whacked here.
Shoot!
No shot, and that'll do it for 2. And I'll be back for 3. All right, we're going to come out for number 3. Pete's with Kiesel and Stevens. Marshall and Howe on the back end. They dump it. Here come the Flyers back the other way. And now we've got Stevens skating through neutral ice with it. Pete skates, dances with it, loses it to a gaggle of Flyers. Puck goes on net, goes below the end line, where Pete's is going to go battle for it. Up the wall, and this time it slips out. Marshall's going to pick it up. They slipped it out past Howe. This girl's fast. Marshall gets there first, and they push it to the corner. This one smaller girl for the Flyers is very quick. Puck in behind the net with 15, 17 to go. Pete's battling. Pete's comes out of there with it. Pete's golfs it ahead. They're going to call a tip, and that's going to negate the icing as Clardy's going to go down there and battle behind the net. Flyers reverse direction on her. They send it up, and our girls were caught in a change, didn't see it. And here come the Flyers the other way. They get around a couple of players. King got a stick on that, knocked it behind the net. Puck loose behind, out to the circle. Nobody there, shot up high. Got tipped a couple of times, missed near side. Yenny tipped it ahead, lost it to a Flyer. Puck in behind the end line now. Litz ahead. This time it gets this to Clardy. Clardy with King to her left. Clardy takes a shot from way far out. Goalie's going to cover that one. And with 14:27 to go, we're going to get a draw in the offensive zone. So we'll see Panetta come out here with Peets and Sherwood. We got Zivkovic and Litz on the back end. We're going to come to the near circle here for this draw as third period action continues in a tie game. Puck behind the net. Flyers send it around. Flyers pick it up there. They send it back to the point as Panetta hurries to get back. Panetta's going to stand there and stop that player. Now there's going to be a tackle there. Sherwood and a Flyer. Sherwood getting beat up there on the ground, no call. Flyers shot. Kanachi knocked that out of the way with the glove. Zivkovic chops at it again, doesn't go anywhere. And it's going to be Peets coming out of there with it as Sherwood fell down. Peets lost the puck. Litz ahead, now to Peets again. Peets and Panetta beat and bang at it, and it comes back to the top of the Flyers' defensive zone as they bring it back to neutral. Panetta gains the zone. Panetta with space. Panetta still with space. Panetta shoots high over the net. Puck loose in front. They're beating, they're banging. Peets gets knocked down, and we finally get a whistle. Good on Mel to not retaliate there. She took a pretty good beating. And that puck did not go in, so we're going to get a change. See Walkoskis and Makasenko Mrazek out here with Dahl and Klein on the back end. as the Flyers gather around their goalie. And we're going to get a draw here in the near circle. Walkoskis will step in to take this one, and Flyers come out of there with it. Mrazek stepped into that player, stopped him. They get by Klein. No, Mrazek held it. Throws it in deeper. Akasenka tries to get back there and get it. Can't get a stick on it. Comes to the near point. They chip it by Dahl, and Klein's going to retreat and pick it up. Klein with the quick reversal. Up the far wall, loses it. Walkoskis ahead. Nobody there, and here come the Flyers. Gain the puck at the blue line. This girl's quick. She gets around Dahl, shoots, puck loose. They're whacking at Kanachi. And we're going to get a draw with 13:09. Go to the far circle, and we'll get the scientific draw over here as there's a lot of analysis before this official drops the puck. You will see it as she does it. Stevens, Marshall, Peets, Kiesel, and I'm guessing that's Howe on the far side, as Peets is going to take this draw. Lots of action there as Marshall tries to step up and get the puck. Can't. They leave it for Stevens. Stevens chips it ahead. Here comes Stevens on a breakaway. Stevens finds the low right side of that net on a breakaway. And it's 3-2 Selects. Stevens with a nice heads-up play. Jumped on that one, got ahead of the defense. Found the low right side of that net. And it's 3-2. As Peets gives her a big hug. So we will keep this line out here as Stevens got ahead of the defense and put the go-ahead goal in. So I'll get the clock back in sync as they knock that one into their own bench. So that should come into the zone, and now we're going to get a change here as we'll change the front end. We're going to get Claherty, Kinger, and Yenny. We're going to keep Marshall and Howe on the back end. And we're going to go down here for this draw. King will take it. Over to the point, or over to the side, up to the point to Howe. Howe lost it. Here they come the other way. They chip it ahead. Marshall's going to need to hurry. This number 23 is quick. As Marshall gets behind there, throws it around to Howe. Howe beats and bangs. They both fall down. Yenny gets it up and out of the zone. Claherty can't keep a stick on. Now King. King up the near wall. King across to Claherty. Claherty backhands towards the net. Goalie knocks that below the end line. Howe to Claherty. Claherty can't get a stick on it. It's loose out front. And then we got Marshall. Marshall held it, and now the Flyers send it the other way. Howe puts it ahead for Claherty. Claherty loses it. Here come the Flyers the other way. King whacks at it. She turns. Flyers knock it deeper. Marshall sends it across for Howe. Howe chips it up ahead. Claherty gets a stick on it. She gains the blue line. Yenny trailing. Claherty kicks at it, loses the puck into the near corner. Yenny fanned on the center. Can't get it through Flyers. Flyers coming back the other way. Flyers chip it by Marshall. They're going to go to the end. Flyers regain. Goes off Kanachi. It's loose. Loose in front. Flyers come in with a shot high over the net. That was a bad rebound that drifted in a dangerous zone for quite a while as everyone had overskated the play. In behind the net now. Flyers, center, top of the circles. Shot goes over to misses to the far side. Flyers up to the point. They send it in lower. Yenny battling. Now we got Kinger. Kinger off the wall and out. Too far for Claherty. They're going to wave off the icing. And here come the Flyers after a change by the Selects. We got Peets out here with Sherwood and Panetta. We got Litz and Dahl on the back end as they battle on the half wall here. Sherwood does. Flyers send it back out. Panetta's going to hurry. Dahl back. Dahl puts it up ahead to Peets. Peets coming up the near wall. Got a head of steam. She loses the puck, dumps it low, where Panetta's going to go battle behind the net. Over to the far wall. Flyers going to pick it up. We're going to get Sherwood poking it deeper. They're still battling there on the wall. Dahl throws it into the center. Panetta can't get a stick on it. Here come the Flyers. Flyers put it over the far wall. Litz is the only one back. 2-on-1. They get around Litz. Shot high over Kanachi. Over to the near wall. They send it in deeper. Looks like we got a delayed penalty here for something. Going to get a roughing call. And I bet it's going to be on Litz, just based on the way she's skating dejectedly towards Darwin. So Litz is going to sit for roughing. Not sure I saw that, but she must be calling it on the break-in. I don't know. She must have been elbowing her or something. I didn't see it, but they're calling it nonetheless. And that's going to put the Flyers on the power play. And I don't know what Stripes is doing. He's talking to the Flyers coach here. We're going to get a pause here while Stripes explains what happened to Coach Black, as he's looking for an explanation. And I think he's still looking for some additional explanation. So we're going to get a little break here while he gets that. And I think they just called a bench penalty on Coach Black. I want to say they might have just called a bench penalty on him. We're going to see. He's still looking for further explanation, is a good way to put it. No idea what's happening here. Coach Black is not happy. Oh, they're going to give her a penalty shot. They're going to give her a penalty shot here out of all this. I didn't even see the penalty, let alone a penalty shot. I didn't even see the penalty, let alone a penalty shot. So here we go.
I guess you can get penalty shots from everywhere now.
I'm not quite sure how this happened, but Coach Black was upset. Now the Stripes is talking to Jovi. Maybe the penalty was on Jovi. I'm not sure what's going on here. We got a penalty shot here for number 23. I have no idea what's going on here. Jovi knocks it down. So after significant controversy, Jovi shuts that down. And we're going to get we're going to resume 5-on-5 action here. You can hear our team cheering, our fans. I still don't understand where the penalty was, but nonetheless, it causes no harm, as Stripes called a penalty shot for some reason.
I'll rep them, we'll go nowhere near Coach Black.
So I'm not sure what's happening other than it's killed all the momentum. So now Coach Black's still looking for an explanation here. I guess he figures the momentum's broken. He might as well really kill it. So we're going to go 5-on-5. I'm not sure what's happening at this point. There's a very detailed discussion happening between Coach Black and the non-scientific Stripe. And now we're going to put Elena in the box, and we're going to go 5-on-4. I still don't know what's happening here. That's got to be the bench minor.
Oh, they did.
That's got to be the bench minor on the coach. And now it comes over here to the near side. I thought she called a bench minor on him when he was asking for his explanation. And sure enough, Mrazek's going to serve it as we battle along the wall with 10-10 to go. At least we're up by 1, so something stupid happens. It's tied as Howe battles in the corner. Got to play 3 here, so we'll see what happens. They continue to battle in the corner. 1:04 to go in what I can only assume is a bench minor to Coach Black. They have it. They center it. It comes through everybody back to the point. Suffice to say, the momentum in this game is completely broken as they battle behind the net now. Howe falls down. They have it below the end line. They dance with it. And here comes Walkoskis. Walkoskis with Clardy streaking. We got a 2-on-1 development. Walkoskis goes to the far side. Took too long, and it did not develop. Puck loose. Comes out. It goes by Howe, and that should be, no, it'll be lazy enough that we're not going to get an icing here.
No icing. Oh, yeah, it's icing.
Yeah, we are going to get an icing. Okay. So we're going to come back down here. It was me. We'll see. It looked like they were going to wave it off. And instead, now we're going to get Dahl and Klein out here with Panetta and Makasenka to kill the last 31 seconds of the bench minor. Again, I'm assuming it's a bench minor. It's impossible to know from here. what's happening, and we got a little bit of penalty left to kill here. But the face-off's on our end, so if we can pin this behind the net, we should be able to kill this off. As Panetta puts it behind the net, and they send it all the way around. Klein's going to pick it up there, throw it in behind the net, and that's exactly what we needed to do. Now they're going to battle back there for it for a while, and Dahl's going to pick it up, stop it on the wall. They're going to battle on the wall as Dahl gets pulled down. Panetta throws it in deeper. And now it's on the wall. We're going to throw it in deeper. Goaltender's going to throw that into the corner with 6 seconds to go in the bench minor. We're going to likely kill this off. It goes over to the corner, over to the wall where they hold it, and Mrazek jumps out of the box. We got Dahl. They center it. Klein cuts that off, sends it up the half wall for Peets, where Peets picks it up, loses it to a flyer. Peets battles back. Klein steps in. There's 2-on-1 there, and it goes in behind the net now, where Dahl's going to battle. Dahl sends it up the wall for Panetta. Panetta's got a little bit of room. She's got Makasenka streaking. Panetta dumps it ahead. They clear the zone evenly, and it goes in behind the net. We're going to get a change on our side. Zivkovic and Litz jump on. I see Sherwood and Peets out there now with Panetta. Sherwood collides on the side of the wall. They battle. Puck goes deeper. Sherwood golfs it in front. Defensive player cuts it off in front of their own net, and she fanned on it over on the wall here, and it goes in deeper to Peets. Peets battles. Sherwood up the wall to Litz. Litz with a shot, gloved by the Flyers goalie with 7:59 to go, third period. Claherty comes out here with King to join Yanni, and Zivkovic and Litz stay on the back end. So we're going to go here on the near circle for this draw. And King comes dancing in there with it as she falls down. Claherty couldn't get a stick on it, and here come the Flyers the other way. They put it ahead to that little Flyer, and she's going to go up the far wall around Zivkovic. Litz tries to cut her off. Shot, knocked down by Kanachi. Rebound, didn't get it cleared. Still loose in front. They push it over to the far wall now. King tried to get it ahead to Claherty, couldn't. They dance around Zivkovic. Centering pass cut off by Litz. She puts it ahead. Claherty can't get a stick on it. Flyers still have it. Claherty falls down. Shot from there. Kanachi gloves it. And with 7:31 to go in the arena, it's still 3-2 as Kanachi gloves that one. Claherty taps her on the stick and heads off. So Stevens comes out here with Peets and Kesey. Marshall and Howe. We're going to go to the far circle. Peets waits for scientific referee to drop the puck. She finally does. Over to Howe. Howe around the back end. Howe up the wall. Howe's going to still come up the wall. Howe gains his own. Stevens is open top of the circles. Howe can't get it there. Hits a flyer up high. Peets golf shot high over the net. Loose. Stevens chops at it, can't get it to stay. Peets chops at it, can't get it to stay. Kiesel banks it off the wall to Stevens. Stevens has some space. She drops it to Kiesel. Kiesel with a shot, missed near side. Into the corner. Flyers reverse direction, take it behind the net. Kiesel's going to go over and try to cut that off. They send it up the wall. Howe got tripped, and we're going to get a call here on the Flyers.
Go!
As Marshall skates with it. Marshall coming through neutral with it. Marshall drops it. Now we're going to get two. Oh no, maybe we're just going to get one. So we're going to get Flyers player going in for a trip. And this game's getting chippy. These games between teams from these two cities tend to. We got two more. So the Flyers goalie's having some issues with her equipment right now. And we've got Dahl, Klein, Walkoskis, Mrazek, and Makasenka out here with 6:38 to go. Third period. Amber's back. And they send it in on the goal, and she gloves it quickly, and we'll do the same circle, same players, different time on the clock. As this time the puck goes low behind the end line. Mrazek battles for it. Flyers come out of there with it. They send it up the wall. Klein's going to hold the point. Flyers player comes over and challenges her. Klein battles. Walkoskis covers the point. They continue to battle. Flyers come out of there with it. Klein retreats. They're going to come up the near wall. They gain the line, and they're going to be offsides. So we're going to get a draw here with Peets. We got Klein knocked it ahead to Sherwood. Sherwood gains his own. Sherwood loses it, regains it, loses it again, and the Flyers chip it over to the wall, where Klein's going to whack it and send it in lower. Panetta battles. The whack didn't generate the desired result as Panetta battles on the half wall. Now Sherwood comes in to help. Sherwood, Panetta. They continue to battle there on the corner, on the wall. This time it's Peets. Peets knocks it down lower. With 5:48 to go. 37 seconds in the power play here remaining. As Klein battles on the wall, sends it lower. Peets joins. And the Flyers have it now. Klein continues to battle on that wall. Panetta comes in. Panetta comes out of there with it, drops it to Peets. Peets centers for Panetta. Panetta got a stick on it, couldn't do anything with it. It's still loose in front. Push it back to the far point, it's going to drift out. Klein's going to have no choice but to retreat. As Dahl steps in front of that player, they gain the line and dump it with 11 seconds to go. That should kill this penalty. 7 seconds to go. Klein, Klein, bad turnover. Shot. Canacci bailed her out. Klein ripped the pass with authority, and it turned into a terrible turnover. And Canacci bailed her out at the last second. And now we got Peets who loses it behind the net. Centers it. Comes all the way out to the high point. Flyers knock that down. It's loose. Still loose. Turning. She had it on her backhand. Couldn't do anything. Centers it. One-time shot. Canacci covered that one up, and we're going to get a stoppage with 4:49 to go. Shots are 30-19. Still heavily tilted. Canacci continues to bail us out. Yenny, Kinger, Claherty, Zivy, and Litz out here. We're going to go to the far circle, 4:49 in the arena. Kinger's going to take this draw with the analyzing stripe as it goes over in the direction of Zivkovic. She loses it to a Flyer. Skating behind the net, somebody's got to get on this girl. They turn, shoot it off the side of the net. Another Flyer picks it up, turns. Centers it, high point, shot. Canacci knocked that down. That puck's still loose. Puck's still loose. In behind the net now, Flyers pick it up. King battling. Zivkovic chips it ahead to Claherty. Claherty turns to get it on her forehand, tries to put it across to Yenny. Can't get it there, and the Flyers come back the other way. Litz, it's tipped over to Zivkovic. Zivkovic up to Claherty. Claherty with Yenny. Claherty over skates. Back, past Zivkovic. Litz chops at it, sends it all the way around, where Yenny's going to pick it up. Yenny, 4 minutes to go. Yenny loses it, center ice, regains it. She backhands it into the zone. Flyers pick it up, chip it around Claherty. Here they come up the near wall. Dance around everybody. It goes to the far side. Canacci pokes it. That player's still skating with it. Stevens chips it out. Goes by everybody, and it's going to be offsides on the Flyers with 3:39 to go. Peets, Stevens, and Kiesel. Howe and Marshall. We're going to get this draw in front of the selects bench. No, we're going to come back to center ice. Peets is going to take this draw with scientific stripes. Well, that time she dropped it much quicker. Stevens will go chase this one down behind. She's tapping her stick. Not sure what that's going to do. It freaked the girl out, but that girl's going to knock it up the wall, and Marshall doesn't hold it, and it dies there on the circle. And here come the Flyers the other way. They are around Kiesel. Shot. Canacci knocked that down. We're going to get a penalty on Kiesel here. Kiesel pulled that player down, and we're going to get a penalty on Kiesel. As Canacci seems to have something else going on with her goaltending equipment. Kiesel's going to go to the bin for tripping, or, it's going to be a trip on Kiesel. So we're going to get Marshall and Howe, Walkoskis and Peets out here to kill this penalty. 1:30 in penalty time to Kiesel with 3:15 to go in the game. We're going to go to the far circle and get this draw. This is fast stripe, so Nora better be ready. As he throws it quick, you see they set up and down it goes. And Howe comes out of there with it. She turns. She gets stopped with it. She's still battling. Howe chips it up the wall, but there's nobody there. Flyers pick it up. Peets battles. In behind the net now. Marshall. It comes right out to the top center. Canacci got a glove on that, poked it up to the glass. Over to the far circle. Centered again through the middle. Marshall. Oh, turned it over. But the stick was tied up in the feet. And it's over to the point. They still can't get it out. They're loose between the circles. Shot. Kanachi gloved that, knocked it down. Still loose. Kanachi covers that up. And now we're going to get a penalty after the fact. Marshall knocked somebody down in front of the net. I think she's going to go.
I think that.
Oh, no, it was Nora. Looked like Marshall. It's Nora. Nora knocked her down. We're going to get a cross-checking penalty. So now it's 5-on-3 for 55 seconds. After Nora cross-checked the girl after the play. And the Flyers are going to shoot from the point. Kanachi's going to cover that one up. No, it's in behind the net. Flyers out to the end line. Claherty out here with Klein and Dahl to kill off a 5-on-3. 43 seconds left in the 5-on-3. Shot. Kanachi gloved that one. We've got a long time to go here in this 5-on-3, so we'll see how quick we change. I'm surprised we're not changing players here. We're going to stick with Klein, Claherty, and Dahl. Icing is not a bad outcome here. As Dahl drifts it out, even a better outcome as they regroup. 30 seconds to go in the 5-on-3. They gain the zone down the near wall. Don't over pursue too much. Claherty picks it up. Claherty gets it out. Here comes Claherty on a break. Claherty skating. Claherty can't get the puck back, but she's behind the net, which is good enough. She just danced with it back there and kills some time in a 5-on-3. Claherty still dancing with it. Out to the point to Dahl. Dahl across to Klein. 5-on-3. Klein shoots. Goaltender knocks that down. Claherty. Claherty pulled down. Where's that penalty? No call. And here they come back the other way as Stevens jumps out to kill some penalty time here. Stevens picks it up, comes the other way. Stevens dancing with it. Dump it in, boo. Get it a little deeper than that. Here they come back the other way. 17 seconds left in the second penalty. Flyers player around. Kanachi gloves that one. And we've got 1:21 to go. 12 seconds in the penalty to Walkoskis. So we're going to keep Yenny, Stevens, Zivkovic, and Litz out here to kill this penalty. And looks like we're going to get a timeout from the Flyers. So I'm going to sit down here and wait this out, and I'll be back. All right, so we have Claherty out here with Panetta, Litz, and Zivkovic. 12 seconds to kill in the Walkoskis penalty. 1:21 on the arena clock left in the game. And Kanachi has stood on her head, facing 37, allowing 2. Claherty's going to step in for this draw. Goes over to the wall. Claherty can't corral it. They've pulled their goalie in an effort to try to pick this up. So we're playing 6-on-4 for 5 seconds. Puck on the wall. Claherty ties it up. They dance out with it. They get a shot off. Kanachi knocks that down. Penalty over. Walkoskis joins the play. Oh, no, it's Pete. Peets joins the play. Puck loose in front, no goalie. Still loose in front. Panetta gets a stick on it, can't clear. Flyers with a shot all the way through to the far wall, 58 to go. Behind stripes, they still battle for it. Keep in mind, no goalie. 6-on-5 hockey. Get around Panetta with it. They center it. Zivkovic can't do anything with it. Shot from there. Kanachi stops that one. It's loose in front. They knock it down. The puck's still loose. Now it's behind the end line, 34 to go. Flyers pick it up there. Clardy applies pressure. In behind the net, Litz. Tied up on the wall, they can't. It comes up the wall. Clardy can't get it out. They still can't get it out. Flyers dance with it. Dance around one. They fan on the shot. Peets finally gets it out as they regroup with 13 to go. Back at neutral. They shoot it in deep. Kanachi's going to direct that to the corner with 5 to go, and that should do it. So your Steel City Selects are going to take game 1, 3-2 here in Philly. And we've got another one in 3.5, 4 hours. So I'll bring you the handshake action. And we will come back this afternoon and play another one. All right, so we'll bring you the handshake action. And we'll be back for another one this afternoon. So I think we're at 5 or 5:30. We're back here at the same building. I think we're on a different sheet of ice. And we will bring you the action, as always.